Hello, my beautiful messes, and Happy New Year. Well, a little late for that, but are you feeling a little bit burnt out with all of the holiday festivities? I mean, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Yeah, me too. Welcome to Beautifully Messy. Hello, my beautiful messes, and Happy New Year. Well, I mean, it's a little late for that, but the moral of the story is we're going to be talking about holiday burnout. So, how are you doing? Are you having a happy 2023? Mine has been very interesting. It's definitely had some highs and it's also had some lows. So, let's talk about it. This look doesn't have a script behind it. It's literally just me putting on a look and talking about being burnt out after all of these holidays. So if you can identify with me, keep watching. All right, so of course we are going to get started with our skincare. Today I'm using the Violette FR Boom Boom Milk Spray Moisturizer, and the look today is basically the look that I had on for New Year's. Now I had a very calm at home New Year's. You know, we played poker, we watched all of the little New Year's specials, Miley and Dolly Parton, and we flipped back and forth between Dick Clark and Miley. So yeah, that was the New Year's. It was just very like low key. How was your New Year's? Was it low key? Was it like out there? Did you go to a nightclub? Like, let me know. What did you do? But I'm not just burnt out with New Year's. I'm burnt out with all the holidays. So Thanksgiving again was really, really low key. Went to my mom's house. My mom cooked, but it's like even that vibe felt a little less hype than some of our other Thanksgivings have felt. And I think it's because there is so much hype around all of these family holidays. Oh, you gotta go get your turkey. You gotta do it. Did you get your turkey? Did you get your turkey? Like, there's a lot of hype behind all of these holidays. And with the fact that we're one less family member now, it definitely takes a toll. So that was our Thanksgiving, but you know, again, we had a great time. But I mean, even the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade just didn't feel as exciting as usual. And my husband was actually a little bit disappointed to find out that they weren't performing anymore. You know, before they used to have celebrities on the floats, and they would stop the float in the middle of the parade and people would sing or lip sync, and you know, that wasn't a thing this Thanksgiving. And my husband was actually disappointed by it, and it made me chuckle a little bit because he was like really, really burnt. But overall, the rest of the holiday was great. Of course, did some cyber shopping on Black Friday, so that worked out well. So now that we have on our moisturizer, we're going to go in with a primer. I think we're going to use our NYX Marshmallow Primer. Don't mind the fact that like these are dirty. It's a very well-loved product, let's put it that way. So that was Thanksgiving. And then we have all the hoopla around Christmas. And Christmas was great. Love watching all the Christmas movies. My mom and I sit and do that together every time I visit her. And we started watching Spirited. This is not sponsored, but we started watching Spirited on Apple Plus, and it's become probably my new favorite holiday movie to watch and rewatch. I even have the soundtrack downloaded to my Spotify. Like, even my younger sister and my younger brother were singing the songs. It was Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for that. But yeah, like I said, there's all of this hype behind these holidays. And then you gotta figure out what you're gonna wear for the Christmas party. And, then if you have a spouse and they have a Christmas party, you gotta figure out what you're gonna wear for their Christmas party. Well, apparently me and my boss have the same blazer. So when I wore this for our Christmas party, she ended up telling me that she wore this blazer for her spouse's Christmas party. And today for foundation, we're going into the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Caracas. And I'm just gonna put that all over my face. I know I'm doing the face before brows, but we're just doing things a little differently in this video. So that was Christmas, but it's like it can be mentally and emotionally exhausting to have all of these holidays. You sit there and, everybody makes a big deal about the white elephant gift and, ooh, what should I get this person? And then you have all of these other family members you also have to buy for. Today on the eyes, we are starting out with the Hourglass Tiger palette, my usual. And I'm going into the brown shade here because we're going to be using some Rowan glitter on the rest of the eyes. So really wanted to just have a nice base. But yeah, it can be mentally and emotionally exhausting to just, okay, what am I gonna get you? Is that too expensive of a gift? Are you really gonna like that? Are you gonna return it? It turns into this whole hoopla. And you end up, we're going to the Rowan 75 degree palette in the shade, I believe this is FaceTime. They're kind of hard to read on the back of here. But you can overthink it. You can really stress yourself out. I got a little stressed. I'll be perfectly honest, trying to figure out what to get my boss for her white elephant gift. And then on top of that, it's like, well, how much do you spend? And how much do you have? How much are you bringing in? Does anybody know? What? I know that when you go to buy an engagement ring, you're supposed to have 3 months of your salary, I believe, or something like that, to purchase an engagement ring, which a lot of people don't go by, and I completely understand. But where do you start with a reasonable budget for Christmas gifts? Let me know in the comments. Does anybody have a reasonable budget for Christmas gifts? I personally don't. So now I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline New York Hyper Easy liner. And then, honestly, really honest, what do you get people that you don't really like? Because I have some people in my life that haven't been the greatest fan of, but do you feel obligated to buy them a gift? I usually do. And I really dislike feeling that way. Do you feel like that? Because I definitely do. Okay, going to line my eyes now. Of course, I have to wink at the camera because this is what we always do. Don't mind me, that's my stomach. So, I mean, how do you feel, Christmas is great, but trying to find the energy And the other thing I've noticed too is like I'm a huge lover of Christmas. I'm actually gonna go in with this copper shade here in the Tiger palette. I'm a huge lover of Christmas, and I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line just to wake up the face a little bit more. But then there are others that like aren't as big lovers of Christmas as I am, and then I feel a little weird talking to them because I'm trying to spread Christmas joy, and they might have some trauma around Christmas. So what are your thoughts? You know? How do you brave that when somebody's not on the same wavelength on a holiday as you? Let me know. Eyes are mainly done. We're gonna go into our Lash Paradise by L'Oreal mascara in black brown. This is just such a great, oh cool. This is just a great mascara. And now that our eyes are done, we're going to do the brows. Like I said, this video is a little off the beaten path for the way my usual videos go, but since there's no script, I figured we could do things a little different. So now, of course, you already know, the NYX Thick It, Stick It. Come on, when do we not use this brow product? And like I said, I had a low-key New Year's, so I'm trying to keep this makeup look low-key as well. Since the eyes are so simple though, we are gonna get into some more color on the cheeks. A little bit lighter. Of course, first we have to bronze. So, hold on. I probably should use an actual brow pen or pencil, but I don't feel like it today. So, since we have done that, now we're going to go into, of course, our Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, shade dark. Grab a brush. But yeah, that was Christmas, and I feel like it can make your anxiety rise just thinking about all that you have to do, all that you have to get dressed up for, and you have to constantly put on this face. You have to put on a face. And I don't mean makeup wise, I mean like get up and go. You have to put on a face and be like, hey, happy holidays. I know, I worked in retail and that face was no joke. You know, you're tired, you're exhausted, it's cold outside, and the last thing you want to do is act like you're any type of cheerful. But even when you're not in retail, it's an obligation. It's an obligation to just be cheerful and be happy because it's the holidays. But what if you don't feel that way? Like I said, you know, we lost my dad in 2020 to COVID, so we aren't always on the happiest wavelength. Not to mention, my grandfather passed away after Thanksgiving years ago. I think I was about 12 or 13, probably 13. And you feel it. You feel it. Every time Thanksgiving comes up for my family, me and my mother start to feel it. it's just this overwhelming sense of meh. And having a daughter, she's helped pull me out of it, but it's still kind of meh. So going back into the Tiger palette for, of course, the rose blush. You know this is just something we love to do. We're using the rose blush all over the cheeks, and we're just gonna dial it up some more. And then on top of this, we're going to put some cream products on as well. So now that we have a nice, very colorful base, we can go into the Salt New York palette. Very, very loved this palette. Very, very, very loved. And I'm ordering some of the newer lip and cheek tint colors, so I'm very excited for those to come in. But I'm going to go into this coral shade here because it kind of looks like that rose shade. And then we're just going to put that on the cheeks. Ooh, it's a lot of color. But yeah, how do you feel? You know, do you feel like you have to put on a face to get through the holidays? I certainly do. And it is. It's rough, it's bittersweet, but I mean, it's going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years in September, since my dad passed. So I could sit here and say I'm kind of used to putting on a face to like brave everything, but I'm not. It's rough. It's really rough. So I channel a lot of my trauma into my love of Christmas. Christmas is kind of my coping mechanism. But even with Christmas being my coping mechanism, because I'm such an extroverted introvert, it can take a lot to put that foot forward to make that appearance at work or anywhere really. So I just wanted to make this video and let you know that in case you feel that way, you are not alone. Not at all. So now we're going to go into the brown shade again of the Hourglass Tiger palette. And that's the reason too why I love this palette. It's so multifunctional. And we're just gonna buff out this blush on the cheeks because I feel like it got a little loud. And now, the piece de resistance, red lip. Like, come on. And I like it because you can shake it. And this is in the shade Wicked. This is a Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. So yes, Christmas was great. I would be lying if I said I didn't watch my mom kind of go through a mental and emotional spiral, because she did. I think we all did, and we got through. We usually do, but it was nice to have that break in between Christmas and New Year's. You know, just those few days in between to try and get back to a mental status quo for myself, because it's not that easy for me to detach from my mother's emotions. I mean, she was a single parent for so long, so me and her are very close. So once, you know, I got back home, I was able to go through my own coping mechanisms and just breathe and calm down. And New Year's was like that too, where just being on the outside looking in, it's definitely a massive transition in our family, and we're getting through. That's all I can really say. My New Year's Day was spent seeing a Basquiat exhibition in New York City that I was dying to see. So those are the ways that I cope and go, okay, I can be excited about 2023 now. And now we're just almost in February, which is crazy to me. The time is flying by so quickly. But things are getting better. So I'm being kind to myself. I'm being kind with all situations. I'm being kind with all of the people in my life that are dealing with this transition, and I'm trying to be kind with anybody that's dealing with the transition. And let me know, how are you doing? Are you dealing with a big transition? Is it having an effect on your family? How are you doing? How are you doing mentally? How are you coping? What are your coping mechanisms? Please don't feel like I'm bombarding you with questions. You don't have to answer all of these questions if you don't want to, but I just want to know, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments. I know that this is a little bit more of a vulnerable video than the last two, and I want to kind of set a pace with that. Some of these videos are going to have facts and research that deal with mental health and mental wellness topics, and other of these videos are going to be a little bit more vulnerable, and some of these videos will just be having fun with new makeup, and those are ones I'm really excited for, because sometimes you just want to get out of your head and just have fun with makeup. So I'm going to talk about makeup, I'm going to talk about skincare, I'm getting ready to put together a January favorites for all of the things that helped me get through this holiday season. A lot of aromatherapy, different scents, different products that just help lift me a little bit more than I already, was. So let me know, are you excited to see those videos? Are you excited to see the newest one on work-life balance and quiet quitting? I had to think about it for a minute. Are you excited to see that? Are you excited to see my favorites? Let me know. What do you want to see? I am dying to know what you want to see me film, because I love filming. This is too much fun. And I really hope that you gained something from this video, whether it is a very cool kind of glam holiday makeup look, or just feeling like you're not alone in feeling burnt out. You're not alone at all. So, with that said, I love you for watching. You are very necessary. You are more than enough. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!